Doing more with less. It's a struggle for most in tough economic times and a challenge for governments. In just 2 days, Jim Flaherty will outline the federal government's budget plan, where cuts are feared. But already this week, Canadians in Ontario and New Brunswick are feeling the pinch. Both provinces unveiled their austerity measures today, neither as draconian as feared, but still with deep cuts. For the details, we start with Havard Gould in Toronto. So, Havard, how would you characterize Ontario's budget?
Peter, it's a squeeze and freeze budget, with billions of dollars in savings to be found without the drastic cuts that some had recommended. Just a major showdown looming with the province's employees.
We have a donation of frozen meat today.
Beverly Smith is already living below the poverty line, relying on food banks. Now her social assistance payments are frozen.
It means not having. It means doing without.
Businesses will now have to do without previously announced tax cuts, delayed until the budget is balanced, and that's expected to be 5 years out.
Ontario has a deficit.
To get back in the black, the government says it needs to hold the line on payments to doctors and essentially freeze wages for 250,000 teachers, education workers, and provincial employees. Contract negotiations will be conducted in the next few months under the threat of back-to-work legislation or similar action.
And if no agreement can be struck to protect Ontario's progress in education and health care, we are prepared to propose the necessary administrative and legislative measures to protect the public from service disruptions and also to protect jobs.
Labour leaders are already planning protests.
So he wants to respect free collective bargaining. Unless they don't get what they want, then they'll legislate. So that's just wage controls by a backdoor method.
There is no respect in this budget. This is just an assault, an outright assault, playing pure politics with public sector workers.
Ontario is struggling to lower its annual deficit and avoid a credit rating downgrade that would raise borrowing costs. Key reasons why a government that used to boast of Labour peace is now taking a hard line with its own employees.
The next 3 years are going to be flatlined, and the government is not going to brook any discussion on this.
There are no direct tax hikes in the budget, and while some infrastructure programs will be cancelled or delayed, notably some hospital expansions, Ontario's minority government is hoping most of its spending reductions will not seem painful.
They're coming from consolidation, they're coming from efficiencies, they're coming from all of the gamuts, so not necessarily program cuts.
But make no mistake, Ontario is now on a collision course with its provincial employees, delivering a budget with a wage freeze that's likely to create a long, hot summer of unrest. Peter?
All right, Havard, thanks very much. Havard Gould in Toronto.